People talk about Berlin being a little bit cold and standoffish in terms of making friends. Did you guys have that experience, or how did you kind of expand your social circles?
Yeah, it's definitely a stereotype because it's a true stereotype.
Yeah, it's like the typical big city, where you move over here hoping that you're like special and people want to hang out with you, but people see so many foreigners every day that they don't give a shit about you, and so it's like you have to make all the effort. People are not going to come to you and go, "Oh, look at an American, so rare." It's like, no, you're not rare. They see foreigners all the time. So.
Exactly, and yeah, I mean, I think it definitely took me a year or two to really get a good few friends that I can really trust and hang out with very often. But the first year, it's definitely kind of like meeting a few people and just trying to hang out as much as possible and kind of holding on to anyone you kind of can. But I think if you move anywhere in the world, you're going to have that experience. And also, Germans are not as forward as Americans are, so it can be a lot more difficult to meet people outside at a bar or like in a park or anything like that. So you have to put in a real conscious effort, but not in like a stereotypical American way. Like if you go up to a German and be like, "Hi, I'm Alex," they're gonna be like, "What are you doing? Get out of here."
Yeah, and so many Germans that because Americans are like very open, much quicker than Germans are.
Yeah.
But I've said so many times, especially back in the day, where the Germans were put off by that, where I'd say something that to me was totally normal to say to somebody I just met, and they would look at me and be like, "Oh, I can't believe you just said that," and they're kind of or maybe not put off by it, but they're not used to somebody giving like personal details about themselves on, after just knowing somebody for 2 hours or.
Yeah, for sure. And I think once you finally do make a German friend, it takes a few months to kind of crack that shell. But like once that shell is cracked, like you're friends for life. Like they'll be there for anything and anytime. But it takes a while. You got to chip away a bit at the relationships.
Yeah, and to start, I mean, Berlin has so many foreigners. So if you're finding it hard with Germans, you can meet people from Spain, from Portugal, from Russia, from wherever.
Yeah, there's definitely a big expat community here. So I think that's probably the best place to start. And then after a while, I think if you actually plan like live, you'll start getting more German friends as well, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.